Behind every bit of mom wisdom is a story of a real mom and real kids just trying to love each other well. Whether you're cozied up on the couch with a mug of coffee, pulling out of car line and heading to work, or out for a walk, you're welcome to join us as we share stories and laugh, learn, and grow together. It's the iMOM podcast. Hey, welcome to the Get to Know You episode of the iMOM podcast. You know, when you meet another mom, you're not normally strangers for long. So we hope that you think of us as friends soon. But if you're going to listen to us share about what we're learning about parenting, you probably want to know what we're all about. So first question is, what is iMOM all about? Well, Susan is the creator, so I'll let her tell you.
So iMOM started actually the direct result of another program we had. My husband and I had started an organization called Family First, and out of Family First came a program called All Pro Dad. And as All Pro Dad grew, more and more wives were finding out that their husbands were reading this play of the day and going to a chapter program in the schools that we have for All Pro Dad. And they said, well, what about us? And we decided to start a partner program called iMOM.
And now here we are today. How many years later? I don't do math.
Oh, I don't know. Family
15?
First is over 30 years.
Right.
All Pro Dad is over 20, and iMOM well over 10.
Oh, the math.
She's a teen.
Yeah. She's a teenager. We're in the teen stage.
Yeah, she's a teen.
And now here we are today. And every article on iMOM is written by a mom, and it has a story within it. And some of these stories or the insight that it shares, we found would lead to really interesting conversations around the office, or we would see comments on an article that Chloe would post on Facebook and realize that there was really so much more to say. And these rich conversations kind of left us thinking, well, we need this podcast. And plus it was already part of our plan to grow and reach more moms anyway. So the iMOM podcast comes out weekly on Mondays, so it's a great way to start your week. And every episode starts with a story that then leads to a deeper conversation about an issue that most moms deal with. And like most conversations between women, we go off on the occasional tangent, but our hope is that you always walk away with just a little bit of wisdom and some encouragement that you are capable of loving your children exactly how they need to be loved. Now, of course, if we're going to be hanging out once a week, which we hope you want to do, we want to tell you a little bit about ourselves. Most episodes are going to be the four of us, Susan, Megan, Chloe, and me. I'm Abby. We all work for Family First, which is, like Susan said, the organization behind iMOM and our fatherhood program, All Pro Dad. But I kind of want to share a little bit more about each of us personally. And so each of us are going to tell you what we do, a little bit about our families, our favorite part of motherhood, and then maybe a fun hobby or two that we enjoy. And Susan, you get to go first.
Oh, I'm up first. Okay. My role here at Family First is I am the Chief Programs and Marketing Officer. So I have 4 departments, including all our brands, which you just heard about, 2 of them. I love my role. I love what I do. And I get to do it more now because my children are all grown and off the payroll, I say, independent and loving their lives. I am married. I have been married for 33 years. And as I said, I have kids, they're all grown. I have 5 of them, 3 girls, 2 boys, 3 biological, 2 adopted. So I've kind of run the gamut on children and experiences with children. And I love that. I love experiencing new things. And trust me, with my 5, I experienced maybe almost close to everything. So that was a blast. And that is probably what I love most about parenting for me, was just pondering these little people and watching them evolve. I just love to watch them grow into something and be able to assist in that. And I did see it as a short-term job. It really is. You have them for a time, and then they're actually parenting towards this goal of releasing them, which is really sounds sad, but it's not. It's kind of fun. So that's my favorite thing. Do I have a hobby? My hobby is work. I love what I do. I love reaching parents and assisting them on their journey because it was such a fun roller coaster for me. And I mean that in a good way. Parenting has ups and downs, but if you ride it with your hands in the air, it is a lifelong joy. And so
I've heard, though, that one of your hobbies is baking, and I have yet to be the beneficiary.
Baking and cooking and needle pointing. Don't let her
Oh,
you.
yeah, I
And
do
she
have
has
a lot of little hobbies.
and she has another podcast. And so don't let her fool you. She always has some sort of
I do like
project or
projects.
hobby going on.
I will say my second biggest project or thing is definitely the Bible. Bible Book Club is the other podcast. I have been a lifelong studier, again, because I love to ponder people. And I feel like the Bible is filled with people who show us how God wants us to live. So super
And
fun.
I think you
too.
could say being a grandparent has taken up a lot of your time. It's
Oh, yeah,
basically
it
a
does.
hobby at this point.
I don't love to sleep, clearly.
All right. Well,
Coffee is a
Yeah.
hobby.
Hobby is definitely a hobby.
all right.
It feeds my other hobbies.
Okay,
Sorry.
so it's funny that Susan said they're off the payroll, but literally Megan is on the payroll.
Family first.
So Megan, you're next.
Yeah. So my role at Family First is I am a marketing manager. So I kind of take on the role of all of our external facing marketing. So brand management, things like that. I have been married to my husband, Hampton, for 6 years now. We live actually in the Washington, D.C. area. So if my voice ever sounds funny on the podcast, it's because I am remote. So I do not sit in our Tampa office, which is where everyone else is located. I just call in each week. But so I have one 3-year-old little boy, James, and I actually have another little boy on the way, which we are super excited about. I'm a little bit nervous because I would say I'm a very girly girl. So to have 2 boys is going to be really fun and exciting. And I'm excited that they're going to be brothers and just get to do all the boy things together. I would say, I have really enjoyed being a new mom. I still say new mom because my first is only 3 and I'm about to have another one, but I really love the toddler stage. I know everyone says terrible 2s and 3-nager and it gets a bad rap, but it has just been so funny to watch them develop little personalities. And he's just really fun and interactive right now. And it's just been such a joy to watch him grow into a little boy. And so I've just really enjoyed that and am excited to have a new little one and just continue learning what I need to learn about parenting. It's been a very humbling yet rewarding experience is what I always tell people because I've just learned so much and really just hope to continue to grow into the mom I need to be, which is why I love this group because I feel like there's so much wisdom here with our different phases. And I've already learned so much from the 3 other women on this podcast. So that's what I really love about being a mom. And as far as hobbies go, I am such an extrovert. So I just love being around friends and being around people. I really love finding good restaurants and I love good food. And I love to shop, which is probably not a favorite hobby, but I've always loved shopping and clothes and really girly stuff, which is probably good why I have 2 boys. So
All right,
that's
Chloe,
a little bit about me.
you're up next.
Okay. I am Chloe. I'm iMOM's social media manager. I love my job. I love everything about social media, paid, organic, just the strategy behind what it takes to reach people and just means something to your followers, entertain, provide wisdom, whatever it is. I love the community that we find online. I am not a mom yet, but I love being in the world of motherhood through my job. I'm super curious about parenting trends and just new ways to raise great kids and just put great humans into the world. I love learning just how we can reach moms better and encourage them with our content. So my family, it's just my husband, Trent, and I. We've been married for 3 years. He is a fly fisherman and a woodworker and really just the coolest and nicest person that I've ever met. And I'm really excited just to see the incredible dad he becomes when we have kids. So when it comes to things that I think will excite me about motherhood, I have to look towards my mom. My mom and I are super close, and I think one of the reasons why is because my whole life, as my heart has changed throughout different seasons, she has tried so intentionally just to really know me and understand me. And I look forward to that when I have kids, just meeting my kids and getting to know them just through all the different stages of life. And like Susan said, getting to ponder and hopefully apply all the wisdom that I've learned working at iMOM and working for Family First for the last 4 years. So hobbies, I'm also super extroverted. I feel like a hobby is just hanging out with friends. I'm a distance runner. I love to run. I love to be outside in any capacity at the beach. I don't live by the mountains, but I love being in the mountains. Anytime I can get my Sheryl Crow on and soak up the sun, I'm happy.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you for that relevant pop culture reference.
And to you, Abby.
Thanks.
I passed the mic.
I don't know how to follow that. I'm Abby. I'm the content manager for iMOM. If you get the iMOM Minute, which is our daily email, you've probably read a lot of my writing. Before iMOM, I worked in radio for 15 years and hosted a morning show. And I got to know moms and families through like little 2-minute conversations between songs. But it definitely gave me an opportunity to know moms at different ages and stages and ethnicities and incomes and all the things. So I really enjoyed doing that. And I love bringing what I learned there to iMOM. I have 2 sons. They're 9 and 10. One of them is obsessed with travel and safety. If you combine the two into like an airline safety briefing, he is on cloud 9. The other one is a wonderful little artist, and he's got the quickest wit, and he's like Hansel and Gretel. He leaves a trail of books everywhere he goes. I've been married to my husband, Davis, for 4.5 years. So if you do that math, he is not the father of my 9 and 10-year-old boys. I've been divorced, and I learned a lot about marriage and co-parenting through that experience, for sure. Kind of like what Megan said, I feel like motherhood has just been this incredible teacher to me. And that has been the most unexpected joy, for sure. It's just really taught me more about myself and my strengths and my struggles than I feel like I've taught my own kids. Other than that, I've just really enjoyed, kind of like what Susan said, watching my kids grow into their personalities and into these little humans. And I just feel I tell them all the time, I'm so glad I'm your mom. Like, I'm so blessed to be your mom. Other than that, I love to read. So I usually have like 2 books checked out of the library and at least one on audio, but I'm also a big DNFer. So like I will quit a book. I will not finish a book if I'm not interested. I think life's too short to read a book that you don't like. So I'll just quit halfway.
Wait, what is that? What is DNF?
Did not finish.
Oh,
I respect that, Abby.
Yeah. So I wish I could say I liked running or working out, but I don't. I do it almost daily so that I can keep up with my kids and impress them with my muscles. And the other day, my 9-year-old called me the pebble because he thinks my muscles are just a little bit smaller than the rocks. And so he's like, I'm going to call you the pebble. So I promise they are significantly smaller.
Gotta love having kids to keep you humble.
Well, he was really impressed. He's like, Mama, your muscles are so big. You're not as big as the rock. So I'm going to call you the pebble. So I promise my muscles
so
are...
it was a compliment.
Not, yes, it was. Yeah, I'm not the rock. So anyway, now you know the 4 of us and you know iMOM a little bit better. You can email us through the link in the show notes and tell us what your favorite part of being a mom is. And tell us the most challenging part too, because that will probably end up being a future episode. And thank you so much for sharing your parenting journey with us on the iMOM podcast. Okay, so you hear us mention all of the great articles on imom.com. I mean, seriously, we have a ton. But we know you have a lot going on. So subscribe to the iMOM Minute and little nuggets of parenting wisdom will arrive in your inbox every weekday. Bonus, every iMOM Minute includes a cute and free printable. One day a week is dedicated to growing your marriage or single life for the single moms. And because we know what works for a toddler doesn't work for a teen, we also can send you content that fits your child's age and stage. So visit imom.com/subscribe today. We'll even send you a little gift for signing up. The iMOM podcast is hosted by me, Abby Watts, along with Susan Merrill, Megan Tigner, and Chloe Blumenthal. Edited by Isaiah Gunther.